Hello everyone, welcome to Hand-Forged Gaming. My name is Dutchman26 and this is episode 1 of our Naval Action Beginners tutorial. Today we'll be going over the basic UI, user interface, and basic combat. Now if you're new to Naval Action, this is the tutorial for you. If you are a veteran of Naval Action, you may still enjoy this, but I'm not going over advanced things. If you're here looking for information after the big update of 2017, I will cover those things, but I'll do it when I get to it. So I'm not going to cover much of it in this episode. So anyway, when you start the game, setting up your profile and your character is pretty straightforward, so I'm not going to show you how to do that. But once you log in, this is what you're going to see, this screen. Now right now, I have a lot of stuff. I've been playing this game for a couple weeks. You will simply have one ship and you will have 0 gold and you will have 0 XP. So let me give you a brief layout of this screen here. This is the user interface. Now they say this is a test user interface. I hope it will get better and be pretty nice by the time they launch the game or release the game. But I have not seen any changes in it really in the last year and a half, design wise. So I'm not too hopeful, but at the same time, I really hope they do. So up here at the top, these are your tabs. You have the Home tab, which is what we're looking at right here. You have the Equipment tab, which shows you stats about the ship you're in, your warehouse, what's in your warehouse at that port, the hold of your ship, and then a couple other things here. And the Missions tab, where you can select missions you can do. The Shop, where you can buy and sell resources, material, consumables, cannons, and other things. The Fleet, where you can select and manage ships in your fleet. The Ships tab, where you can buy ships off the market, either from the AI market or from the player market. Crafting tab, where you can craft an assortment of tons of things, and we'll get into this a little bit in later videos. And the Pirate Den. Now I don't think you have a Pirate Den or something comparable to it. Well, you don't have a pirate den if you're not a pirate, but you do have something here. This is a lot like the crafting one, where there's a lot of different modules and things you can craft. But to unlock these, it's going to take combat marks. Go back here to the equipment, right here, combat marks. You get combat marks from doing combat missions or any type of combat. So we'll go over that in the future. Now, this game is supposed to be a accurate Age of Sail game. It's very heavily PvP based, so the way that it is set up, the devs are trying to push you into the open world and throw you into conflict with other players. Personally, I think that's what makes this game fun, but this game is very hard to get a hang of, and the grind is real. Okay, don't think you're going to get in here and make $1 million real quick and be sailing around the top-notch ships within a week. It's not going to happen. You gotta grind. But it's so realistic that it's so fun. Personally, I love games that are that realistic, and I hope you too. So, what I would suggest when starting out is you, first of all, get the feel of your ship, because your ship it's your life. If you don't have a ship, you can't do anything in this game. So, we'll go back here to the Home. Now, this box right here, this is your docks, basically. Right here, this is everything that I have docked at this port. This one here that is grayed out, that is at a different port, and it shows the port right here. And you can see what port you're in right up here. I'm in Mortimertown. Now let's go to the Ships tab, and I am going to get the ship that you are going to have in the beginning. Okay, this right here is a basic cutter. I'm going to select that. This is what you will have in the beginning. This box here is your crew selection. If you select Managed Crew, you can see the Managed Crew slider. You can have 40 crew on this ship, and you can select how many you want to actually assign to the ship. Now if you notice, right here we're at 40. If we go down, right there at 27, the number turns red. That means you cannot crew this ship with 27 or fewer crewmen. It has to be more. So you want to be careful of this. You want to always check this before you go out. Because if you only have 28 crew or 29 crew, and you go out and you get into a skirmish, you are not going to have very much maneuverability because you're shorthanded. You're not going to be able to raise or lower sails very fast. You're not going to be able to reload your cannons. And as crew members die in the battle, you're going to drop here pretty quickly, and you'll still be able to sail in the battle, but you're going to be dead in the water pretty much. So this is something you always want to watch out for. Right up here, this leadership. This shows how many people you can actually lead. I can lead 650, and that is based on your rank. Your rank is displayed up here in the top. I am a demon. Now, right now, I only am employing 324 crewmen out of the 650 that I could. And I'm only using 40 of them on this ship. If you need to hire more crew, you select the hire crew, and you select how many you want to hire, confirm, and you will hire the crew. Now, it takes gold to hire the crew. Now, one crew member takes 54 gold, and so on and so forth as you go up. So crew is expensive. So you're going to start off with enough to crew your basic cutter. So let's, first of all, I'm going to talk a little bit about missions. Missions is probably going to be your main focus. That's going to be our main focus on this first episode, and should be yours when you're first starting out. Missions are a way for you to gain more XP and more gold. If you go into the missions tab here, you'll see a couple selections: combat orders, fleet combat orders, delivery orders, war effort supplies. Now, the only ones you will really be worried about is the combat orders and the fleet combat orders. In the fleet combat order, it spawns you against 8 AI players. If I select on this, I can select the level at which I want to go. Right here is demon. This is my level. But if I'm going out in a basic cutter, they're going to have demon-sized ships, and I'm going to get killed. So thief, that is the very first level. That's the rank you will be. So make sure that this is set to your rank when you're starting out. Now, it will spawn you against, I think it's 8. It might be 6, but I think it's 8. 8 AI. So if you're doing that alone, you're not going to survive. Combat orders is just a single enemy. So this is what I suggest you focus on. Okay, so we're actually going to take a combat order. So I select it here and make sure it's on thief. And if you look down here, it says search and destroy near Baracoa. The reward is 3,000 gold and 50 XP. Max allowed class of the ship for this mission is a 7th rate. Now the basic cutter, I will show you right now. Go back up here. You hover over it. See that first stat there? It says class 7. Okay, that means it's the 7th rate. The smaller the number of the class, the better the ship. Go back here to the missions. So I'm going to go ahead and take this. I'm going to take it, and I'm actually going to take 3. You can take upwards of 3. I'm going to take 3 just so that we have a better chance of one being a little closer to us. Now, before we set sail, I'm going to go over the map. So if you press M, it will bring up this map, and this is the entire world, the playable world. Now you see this little light circle? That's where I am. If you zoom in, you click with the left mouse to drag. Here we are, Mortimer Town. That is where we are docked right now. These are the combat orders that I have currently. This one here looks like it's the closest, so that's what we're going to go to. Now I will go over sailing in the open world in more detail later, but a quick tip while you're getting started. If you go up here to this more and you select it, oh, not yet, I'll do that later. You have to set sail. So this is a pretty historical map. It's really pretty cool how much detail they took. Right now you can see this up here is US. US is stretching all the way down here. Here's some British people, and they're actually clashing right here. This is a big old hot war zone right now. Now these, you might see these and go, what is that? This is something new they added after the update. This is a event location. If you sail all the way out to this location, there will be a couple wrecked ships with plunder on them. And you can go and you can take the plunder. But other people are doing this too. See, what they're doing is they're putting bait out in the middle of the ocean, and they're trying to draw players from every nation so that there will be fights, and you can just have a big old awesome time. So anyway, that's what that is. I hit the M again, it's going to take you back to the home screen. So I'm going to set sail right here. Get a nice little loading screen. That's a lie. The wind is not always with me. All right. See if I can drop that sound level a little bit for you. Okay, now, here's the open world. Up here at the top, you see it says Enter Mortimer Town. That happens when you get close enough to the docks of the town, and you can click it to enter the town. Now you can use your wheel to scroll in and out. And to pan left and right, up and down, you hold the right mouse button and you can move around. There we go, there's Mortimertown. And you see these other ships out here? You can click on them with the left mouse button and it will give you the stats. This is Pirate Nation. It is an Essex, and this is what it has in its fleet. Here's another one over here. Let's see what they are. It's another pirate. And now you can attack other pirates. I suggest you do not attack other pirate players. That is just a lowball thing to do. You're going to lose respect and you'll be hunted down by other pirates. But you can attack pirate NPCs. Now you might ask, well, how do I know if it's a pirate NPC or a pirate player? Well, let me show you. Okay, this guy, where'd you go? This guy right here. He just set sail. This is a player. You can see it says pirates underneath. It says rascal. That is his rank. SOB, that is his clan tag. And then Black Rudd, that is his name. He's sailing on a trader brig. So if you click him and you see this stuff here, a name, then that's definitely a clan. Now this is not my ship. Just that guy spawned on top of me. But that is a very cool ship. I believe that's a Santissima. That's a first-rate ship. It'll be months before you get that. Yeah, you can see my little mast sticking out at the top there. I'm tiny. Okay, so navigation. You hit M. Now up here you see this little thing that says Show Protractor. If you select that, it's going to give you this protractor. You can change the location of the protractor by double-clicking with the left mouse button. And it will move it around. Now right here, I'm right on Mortimertown, so I'm going to double-click on Mortimertown. Now you can set a heading by right-clicking and dragging your heading out to wherever you want to go. So I want to go to this. We're going to go have a fight here. So I'm going to right-click and drag to that and let go. And it sets my heading. Now if I hit M to go back to the open world, right here on this little compass, you can see this is where I'm pointing. That little yellow tick there, that is the heading. Okay, that if I go right that direction, I will be following the heading that I set in the map. Okay, now up here, this is a menu for your ship. If you click these little bars there, you can see stats on your ship, the health, crew, sails. You can manage the crew. You can repair if you've been damaged. This is the hold, shows what you got in your hold. These are upgrades, shows if you have any upgrades installed. This little thing, tow to port, this is for if you get stuck or there's a glitch and you can't move, you're stuck. You can hit that and it will take you to the nearest port. Friendly or not, it will take you to the nearest friendly port. This is the time and how many days you've been at sea. This little icon of a fish, this is a pretty useful thing when you're starting out. I suggest you do this. You select it and it's highlighted. That means you're currently fishing, and you will fish while you are in the open world. Praying will sometimes increase the amount of fish you catch. When you catch fish, you'll get a little notification, some text will pop up here, and the fish will go into your hold. You can break those fish down later into fish meat and sell them on the market. So there's a little bit of income there while you're starting. So I suggest you always be fishing. Now down here, this is your compass, and down here is your chat. Now to move around, it's WASD. So W would be forward. Right here you see that it went to dead slow, 20% sails. If I click W again, we're at battle, 40%. And go all the way up to full. You see the sails come down with a cool little animation, and we start moving. So A and D are left and right. All right. So I am going to turn towards the heading that I set. There we go. And we're going to go till we see those X's. The X's are floating up here in the sky above the water a little bit. Now if you look down here, you see this line through the compass with an arrow on it. That means the wind is blowing in this direction. It's blowing from the southeast towards the northwest. Now right now we're sailing with the wind. That's a pretty good thing. There are ships that are very fast while sailing with the wind. There are ships that are slow while sailing with the wind. Now this is not so important in the open world, but it is very critically important in battle, and I'll show you that in a little bit. Hello, who are you? This is the Lonely Pilgrim. Hello. And he's not in a clan. You notice it doesn't have that 3 or the little abbreviation there. I'll minimize that so I can see. So yeah, if you haven't noticed already, the graphics on this are pretty awesome. I actually don't think I have the graphics turned up. You can select Escape, Options, Graphics, and you can mess with all your graphics. I have it on Custom. I'm just going to pop it up to Ultra. I don't know why I didn't have it on Ultra. There we go. Alright, you see this right here? There we are. There's our mission. If you click on it, it will say combat order. Too far. That means you're too far. Okay. Now, one other thing you need to understand. When you pop out of a port and you start traveling, I believe it's a 30-second timer you have. No, it's more than that. I'll check when we get back. But you have a timer of time that you are invincible. You can't be tagged. And by tagged, we mean you can't be attacked. And you can't attack others. So you need to keep that in mind. If you pop out and there's an enemy right there, well, you're not going to be able to grab them right away. Now, once we get within range, we're going to have some more information pop up here. There we go. All right, search and destroy order, reward 3,000 gold and 50 XP. So I'm going to hit enter. And then it's going to bring us into this. Now, this is the combat order where we have a single enemy. Okay, remember, this is not the fleet. The fleet has, I believe, 8 enemies. I'm probably telling you the wrong thing. But hey, if any of you guys out there, just a disclaimer, I'm not an expert at this, so I'm probably going to say things that are wrong. I'm probably going to get stuff a little off. But everything I'm saying is just, it's my opinion. It's what I understand of the game. So if you have different opinions, please comment below. I want to hear them. I want to make these videos as beneficial as possible. All right, so here we are. Now, when you're in a battle, you don't have to right-click and hold to move around. Okay, you can just move like this. Now, I'm going to give you a couple, we're going to basically do a general fighting tutorial. I'm not really going to care about what that guy's doing. He's probably going to beat me up a bit, but hopefully we can still make it in the end. So you see at the bottom middle, there are 2 circles, and they have a number in them. Okay, the top circle is the left side of your ship. The bottom circle is the right side of your ship. That means we have 6 cannons on left and right, and they're loaded with ball. Now, if I were to fire the left one, which you can fire a full broadside with the left bracket for the left side, and full broadside right back bracket with for the right side. So here I'm going to push the left bracket. Awesome. Now you see how that just fired randomly from all the different cannons? Well, if you look to the left of the cannon display, you see locked sector focus auto, and below that random fire mode. And they have key numbers next to them. Now the V will change from random fire mode to rolling front fire mode. That means it starts from the front and rolls down the side from one cannon to the next, to the next, to the next. Now I'm just going to raise my sails. Same controls, W, S, A, and D. There are more extensive controls as you get bigger ships, but we'll go over that when we start sailing those ships. Alright, now to aim at someone, you're going to look towards the way you want to aim and you're going to right click. And it gives you this display. Now that red little bar, that just gives you an idea of how high you're aiming. That is not where your balls are going to hit. Okay? Now if you see that highlighted area on the ocean, that is kind of where, that's your aiming swath. You're not going to fire outside of that. And you see how it's a little thicker of a shade on the left side? That means that's the cannon that's going to fire first. Looks like he missed me totally. That's pretty funny. Okay, so you can fire one shot at a time by hitting the space. Boom. And if you want to zoom in, you can hit the shift and it will zoom you in. Now you can fire the full broadside by left clicking. You see how it was rolling from the front to the back? Now to get out of this screen, you left click. Now, let's press V again, and let's see how it changes. Okay, right now we are at rolling front fire mode. We will start in the front and end in the back. If we switch it, it's rolling back fire mode. We're going to start in the back and in the front. Select it again, it's going to be random fire. So that really depends on the angle at which you're approaching your target. Okay, so let's circle back around. And since I'm turning like this, I am going to select rolling back fire mode because the stern of my ship is going to, see, the stern of my ship is going to contact that guy a little sooner. Now if I aim right at him, I'm going to miss. See that? So I want to aim a little higher, and that's the thing I love about using the space bar. You can kind of lob these shots and kind of test out how you're doing as far as aiming at this guy. When you're ready to aim, you just, or when you're ready to fire all of them, you can just press the left mouse. Now I'm just on the outside of my range here, so I'm going to close the distance. Now if you look at the bottom left hand corner of the screen, that is the compass, and you notice that the wind arrow. Now if we were to turn completely away from the direction of the wind to where we're going into the wind, we would stop almost dead. So you need to be very careful of that. Excuse me. Now if you look at the top left, you get a little stats on your performance, the FPS and the ping. But then you also have your name up there, Dutchman 26, and a little icon of your ship. Now those white bars down my ship represent different things. Those represent the plating armor on my ship. The middle bar in the middle, that's like my structure. I call it the sinkometer. When it's gone, you're going to start sinking. There's nothing really you can do. Now you see on the front left side of my ship how it's starting to, that bar is starting to go down. That's because he's taking off armor on that side. Once you get the armor completely gone on one side, you can switch to grape shot and just grape the poop out of the crew and kill crew pretty good. Now let's talk about changing your ammunition. Now if you look below the firing selections, you see 1 for left ammo, 2 for right ammo, 3 for front ammo, 4 for back ammo. If I select 1 for left ammo, it's going to give me some selections for ball, chain, grape. Okay, let's actually just get a little. We're just going to take some shots at this guy while we're right here. What is he in? He's in a rookie brig. Okay, so I brought up this little menu by pushing M. This shows the map. You can click on your enemy, see what they're in. All right, let's swing back around. Now you bring up that selection again by pressing 1. You can change it to ball, chain, or grape. If you change it to something else like chain, it's going to have to reload. You see there in the middle, it's reloading. I'm going to switch that back to ball. Now grape is good for killing crew once you have depleted the armor. And chain is good for shooting the sails, and that will decrease the speed. Alright, so just fired a couple single shots there to see if I was connecting. Once I realized I was connecting, I fired them all. So that's the basics. You're really going to have to get the feel of it. Now if you die and you sink, you don't get any rewards for the mission. And you notice how I'm going so slow right now? That's in part because I turned through the wind. That's called tacking, as you turn through the wind. Now see, I'm coming up on right now. I'm going to shoot him again, but I'm selected for rolling back fire mode. I don't want to do that. I'm going to select rolling front fire mode since the front of my ship is going to contact with him first. One of the things I love about this game is the sounds. They're just phenomenal. Especially distant cannons. They're really cool. Alright, so once again I'm going to shoot him here. Now rolling front fire probably isn't the best, so I'm going to switch to rolling back fire since that's going to connect him first. Now if you aim a little low, you may miss by hitting the water before it hits the ship, but at the same time, okay, so see underneath my ship there on the left, the icon, it says reload shock. Okay, that means he hit me so hard my crew is shocked and they're not going to be able to reload. So you see down there in the middle where it shows my cannons and what they're doing, it's not reloading. And it won't reload until the reload shock counts down. Alright, well I'm going to shut up and stop yapping. I'm going to kill this guy and just let you guys watch and kind of get an idea for how I do this. Oh, one more thing. See the top left there? The rudder, pump, and magazine. Okay, the rudder is yellow. That means my rudder is damaged. That means I'm not going to be able to do much. So how do I fix that? Well, if you look on the very bottom, to the right of center, you see 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Those are the selections. 5 is repair. I'm going to hit repair. I'm going to hit 4 again for urgent repair. And that is going to repair it. There we go. Now, repairs are things that you can buy in town. But with a basic cutter, repairs are free. You don't have to buy them. Just like the ships are free. It really makes it easy for you to get things under your belt. Now I'm going to repair it now because I've lost a lot of armor there and my sinkometer is starting to drop. So I'm going to hit 5 and I'm going to hit 1 for repair ship. And you see down there how the number underneath the 5 repairs going up. 13 out of 20. That means 13 out of 20 crew are assigned to that. Now that has taken from sailing, gunnery, and survival. So that means my sailing will be a little less effective and my gunnery will be a little less effective while I'm repairing. So that's something to keep in mind. Alright, I got a fire on board. That's not good. I still have enough crew, I should be able to handle that. We'll see how things go. I'm talking so much, I haven't been fighting this guy. So we'll see. I may just show you what not to do here. Now, if you're on fire for a long time and it gets much bigger, you can explode. And while that sucks, it's pretty funny sometimes to see yourself explode. Now, my suggestion to you while you're starting out and you're getting the hang of things, try to not get shot as much as you can. Present an angle to him so that the shots have a higher chance of bouncing off. And also, if you get real close to him, watch your speed. You want to keep your speed up, because if it gets below 3.5 knots, which you can see to the bottom right of your compass, they can board you. Now, we'll go over boarding in another tutorial, but boarding sucks when you're not ready for it. Yeah, this fire's getting pretty bad. I'm probably going to sink. Oh well. He's not doing too well himself either. His syncometer is a little less than mine, so hey, maybe we do have a chance. So right now I'm in a very good position on him. I'm tailing him. And I can stern rake him, which is where you just fire your shots across, like right into the stern of his ship. And that will kill crew, because the balls, imagine it, the balls travel down the whole length of the ship, taking things out. You can take out cannons, you can take out crew. It's pretty awesome. Oops. Sweet, now he's on fire. Now, he hasn't shot me in a while because I've been able to stay just out of the range of his guns. Now look, he's tacking across the wind, means he's turning across the wind, and he got kind of stuck, so this is a perfect opportunity for me. I'm going to slow my speed a little bit, and I'm just going to nice and slowly tear him up. Now since I'm going so slow, I'm not going to continue left because I'll get stuck like he is. I'm going to go right instead. But I'm going to switch to a rolling backfire mode because the back of my ship will become in range first. Alright, how's he doing? Oh yeah, he's sinking. His syncometer's gone. Most of his armor's gone. He's going to start sinking. I could sail away and leave him and he would sink. But I'm not going to do that because this is just fun to watch. Now when they sink, their sails drop and you get a little message in the bottom left saying, "You have sunk," whatever his name is. Jan Hendrik Johnson, that's his name. Put up a good fight, Jan, but it is not going to be enough. Jan, John, Jean. I don't think it's Jean. I'm amazed he's not sunk yet. Now, if I keep turning at this rate, okay, cool, we killed him. Alright, so I'm going to slow down, and I'm going to go right up next to him. I'm going to slow all the way down. I'm going to stop, and I'm going to come up next to him. I'm actually going to ram him to slow myself down to below 3.7 knots. So now I'm below 3.5 knots, and see that in the bottom middle it says inspect and hold. Inspect ships hold, press X. You can press that, and look, they've got rig repairs. So I'm going to drag these into my hold. Now, if this is a player, you can slide crew from your ship onto their ship and you can capture the ship. You can't capture NPCs anymore. They changed that since the big update. I'm kind of bummed about that, but that's the way it is. So now, look at that. We sunk him. The battle's over. We wrecked our ship pretty much, but hey, we can repair that. Repairs are free. Awesome. We took the rig repairs, I think is what it was, and we can sell those in port for some cash. Or we can keep them for when we get a better ship. It's really up to you. Alright, so to exit, you're going to hit exit, leave battle. Yes, I'm sure. This is going to dump you right back out onto the open world, right where you joined the battle. And you'll get a little pop-up that shows what you got from the battle. Right here, 6,090 gold. That's pretty good. 2 combat marks. Awesome. Completed it. 3,000. Sweet. 50 XP. All right, so where in the world are we? Where's Mortimer? Okay, so there we go. A lot of times you'll sail and you won't know where you are. So when you're sailing out to something like this that's far away, just checking, making sure he's not in me. Oh, hey, I know him. Private message him. Yeah, we were in a battle the other night. I was going to post that, but got some corruption on the video. Anyway, I'll turn back around. We're going to head back to Mortimer. I'm going to take you through how you can sell some of the loot that you got. And then I'm going to give you your homework. In each of these tutorials at the end, I'm going to give you homework to do. Stuff that I've shown you that I want you to do, I want you to grind on, while you're waiting for the next video so that you can be ready to take the steps of the next video. Alright, we'll see you in town in just a minute. Alright, here we are coming up on Mortimer. Now I want to show you something. You'll see every now and then right down here a little icon pop up that says shallow. See it right there? It means there's shallow water to my port side, my left side. So if I go like this, oh, I beached myself on a sandbar. Okay, you're dead in the water. You're going to have to turn back the other way. So that's something to keep your eye out for, especially if you're running from someone. You don't want to run aground. Now see right here, those are the docks. I'm going to zoom in. You can do that by pressing shift. See the docks right there? I'm going to sail basically right towards the tip of those docks. And you kind of want to watch the shallow gauge, make sure you don't get hung up. And when you get close enough, this will pop up, Enter Mortimer Town. Left click, and there you go. All right, now, basic cutter. Look at this, our size structure. They have knocked that down. Our bow, our stern, our hull. Excuse me, it's my phone. Anyway, we're pretty beat up. So right here, we can repair for 0 gold. Awesome, let's do that. Repair for 0 gold. Now, my amount here has gone up by the amount that we just earned in that battle. Now, this is 374,337. This is only taking me a couple of days to grind, and I haven't been grinding very hard. So once you get it under your belt, once you get some money, it's pretty easy to make money. I will explain that on the next tutorial, so stay tuned for that. Now, let's go into our equipment. This is our hold. It's going to show what we got. We got the rig repairs. Sweet. So we can drag those down into our warehouse. We can go to the shop. Select consumables, since the rig repair is something you use, that you consume. Doc, that's a ripoff. Or a Kyle Lucian. Sorry, these are hull repairs. When you have any ships bigger than a basic cutter, you're going to have to buy hull repairs and rig repairs. And these are consumables that you use. You can use in battle, or you can use on the open world. And I believe it's 10 hull repairs will do 1 repair on you, and the same with rig. I'm not sure. Comment below. I forget the number. I don't use them very much, actually. But 2,000, that's a lot. That's a lot for hull repairs. I craft them and I sell them for 1,000, so I should probably get in there and undercut them. Anyway, here's rig repairs. Right here it says we own 15 of them. We can sell them for 418 a piece. That's awesome. I'm going to sell all 15 of them for 62.70. I'm going to confirm that. Sweet, we got some money. Awesome. Now you could go poke around other ships as you get more money. You can think, oh, hey, I can afford that. Let's buy that. Oh, hey, I can afford. But I suggest, while you're doing the homework, while you're waiting for the next tutorial, stick with the basic cutter because you can replace it. It is terrible to sink a ship and lose it. Okay? Basic cutter you can replace for free. These others you can't. So if you come into the ships, you've been grinding, you've been doing some missions, you're like, sweet, I am going to buy a trades cutter for 40 grand, or even better, a Cerberus for 50 grand, or a Renome for 62, and you sink it as soon as you get out of the port. Too bad, you wasted your money. So your homework, stick with the basic cutter. Continue the combat orders. Grind those out. Grind them until you're sick of them, and get money. Okay, I want you to keep doing that until you have 50,000 gold. That will allow you to do the next steps in the next mission. So if you have any questions, any comments, any play styles that are different than mine that you want to share, please go ahead. If you hated the video, you know what to do. If you liked it, thumbs up, subscribe. As I said, I didn't say this, but I will say it now. I'm going to be doing 1 of these a week for now. I'm hoping to get 2 a week and eventually 1 a day. So, thank you so much for watching, and until next time, clear skies to you.